Hello crafters and welcome to Plan C, conversations about craft, creativity and connection. I'm Michelle Brown, Creative Director at From Picture to Page Beyond Papercraft shows.
And I'm Wendy Stewart from Wendy's Way, and I'm absolutely delighted to be back in the studio live with Michelle.
Yes, we are back together and this week we are talking about card making. So we're going to talk about a little bit about why we do it, some of the techniques we use, and then Wendy is going to do a lovely demonstration using some really fun foils. So firstly, welcome to all the crafters. For those of you who haven't seen it before, you can catch up with all the repeat on Plan C over at our website from picture to page and beyond.com.au. Now, whether you're watching us here live on Facebook or a replay in Facebook or YouTube, we would love to know that you're there. So pop in the comments, just like Christine has, and just like Debbie, and just like Kylie has as well, and let us know what you're thinking, let us know where you're at, and of course ask any questions and we'll do our very best to answer them as we go through this session. So Wendy, card making.
Yes.
Oh, it's one of those things, isn't it? I think that's a place that often we all start and then we venture. So tell us about where you started with card making.
So I'm the rebel. I didn't start with card making. Shock
my
horror. Hey,
goodness.
see, you didn't know that about me. I actually started as a scrapbooker at a creative memories party back in 1990 or something. 1996 actually. One of the ladies from work had a creative memories demonstration and I went along.
Okay.
And that led me to go, well, if I can do this, then surely I could try some card making. And I went to the show. I think I went to one of the very first picture to page shows with Shirley and, you know, found out about all the different stores there. And it was Little Bits where I started and did a whole bunch of classes with Leslie and the team. And that was incredible. And then I did some more classes with another amazing lady who may or may not be watching. But yeah, my amazing teacher Charlene from Charlene Craft, who did a lot of teaching, and I, you know, was very lucky to learn from her, and that's just gone over the years, and I've done lots of different classes in lots of different places, and I'm so grateful for all that education. And the skills that I've learned in card making have helped, you know, helped me enhance my scrapbook layouts and now my art journal layout. So it was just a natural progression, and I still absolutely love making cards. And I think they're that, I don't know about you, but I like closure and a sense of accomplishment. And I like, you know, yep, I want to finish something. I'm very much about let's finish this.
Yeah.
So I find it quite relaxing to just start, get, you know, even an A4 piece of paper, make 2 cards and you've accomplished something and it's beautiful. So, you know, that was my journey into card making.
Well, I remember sort of my very first large-scale card making was back when I finished year 12. And for as most of you that know, you finish year 12 very early and I had months stretching ahead of me before anything. And I decided to want to make Christmas cards. Now, feel like I'm not a drawer, not much of an artist.
Okay.
So I went to our local shopping centre and found some really lovely wrapping paper. That I then cut up very carefully and stuck it down and hand wrote happy birthday, Merry Christmas I should say, but I really didn't like my handwriting, so I was most excited to find out that there were these things called rubber stamps and you could use them. And then of course there was embossing powder, so you could make it all nice and gold and shiny. And I think for many years, so probably nearly 30 years now since I finished year 12, year on year we've made a selection of Christmas cards. I make a lot of birthday cards as well, and then again just sort of thinking of you and get well cards as well.
Absolutely. And I think, you know, with card making, it can be whatever you want it to be. It can be as complicated as you want or as simple as you want. And sometimes, you know, I like to just get a production line going and make 5 or 6 of the same cards, you know, just to have a stock of birthday cards. And you're not going to give the same birthday card to the same group of people. So it doesn't matter if you're creating the same card 5 or 6 times. It's the technique and it's what you like. So, you know, that's what you do. And I think it's just, you can make it whatever you want and make it your own.
Yeah, and I think what really sort of encouraged my card making was, remember before Facebook there were Yahoo groups?
Yes.
And I was in the Stamp Happy group, which was an Australian based group, and we had lots of what we call RAKs or random act of kindness card swaps. And there were sort of birthday swaps and card swaps where we'd all make some and share them. So that was a way of me learning new techniques and seeing what other people had and just generally, like I said, really delving into that stamping side of card
Definitely.
making.
And I think when you did the card swap last year through the Papercraft Posse, when you did the unboxing of the cards, it was amazing to see all the different techniques, the layouts, the ideas, the designs. It was like a masterclass in card making, I call it. And, you know, it was great to do that. And I did many of those RAKs back in the day, and they're a lovely idea, and we learned so much through it.
Exactly.
Yeah,
And you think how we've seen some trends come around again as well.
Gosh, yes.
So the shaker cards, back in the day we tried to do them all ourselves with acetate.
Oh man.
And now there's some amazing, companies that have got the dyes and the bubbles and all the
Everything,
things that make it so much simpler.
And our friend Mary from Craft Zone and Michelle from Snazzy Scrapping, they've made card making so much easier for all of us with their amazing range of pre-cut cards and dies and die cuts and just things that you don't have to stress about how you're going to do it. Shaker cards are easy now, and so many other things are easy.
So we touched a little bit about sort of birthday cards and Christmas cards.
Yeah.
What sort of other cards? Has there been anything really unusual that you've done before?
Well, my background's Indian, so I make Diwali cards, which is like the Indian Christmas.
Yep.
So for me, the technique I've loved to use is iris folding. It's a very old technique, and I haven't done an iris folding card for a long time, but I absolutely took to it when I first saw it. So it's more like a season's greeting cards for that time of year.
Yeah.
So that's my, and I like making graduation cards and cards for like hens days or kitchen teas that we went to back in the day. Maybe not so much anymore, but baby showers, and these days it's the baby reveal showers that you go to. So there's so many ways you can incorporate everything you've learned and just make a card for any occasion.
Yeah, so like you said, there's iris folding. That made me think of tea bag folding.
Yes.
Remember when that was a thing?
Yes.
You buy all the papers
and decoupage as well.
Yeah.
And, all those beautiful things that we learned back in the day, they're all coming around again. They never really went away. And I don't know about you, Michelle, but I've used a lot of my art journaling backgrounds that I've created. Maybe not, we have gone through with the focal point and words, but I've used what I've created as abstract bases for cards.
Oh, okay.
Especially for mail cards, I find them really handy. And you can whip one up really fast if you're, in a hurry and you've got caught out and you're not ready with the card.
Yeah,
So
well, that's what's great about gel printing when you've got all of those beautiful coloured papers and they're
Yes.
just fantastic for layering up.
Absolutely. And, and I think you have to make your products work for you. Like, you don't just use them for card making. Use them for scrapbooking. You use them for art journaling. Use them for beyond the page projects. Whatever you want, make your products work for you.
Yeah. And what's your favourite product at the moment?
Oh, look, this is going to sound so contrite, but it's not, it's really the foils. I've just been having a grand time this week.
Yeah. Oh, good.
Because we decided we would showcase foils that your beautiful store stocks and sells. So I'm calling them fabulous foils for the week. So right now I'm really loving my art journal backgrounds as bases for cards, and I'm loving my foils at the moment.
Yeah. Oh, excellent. And I guess, I don't know, I'm really liking gel printing and then using die cuts. So die cutting out letters to make personalised cards.
Yes,
so even using, perhaps some text paper or some gel printing, and then because it's so easy to personalise and put people's names on it, or like you said, just making it very special for them.
Yeah, and especially like, younger people's age birthdays, I think after 13 they just look at you with eyes rolling going, seriously, a number card? But, or even a birthday card, seriously, just hand over the cash.
Exactly.
So,
It's like you at least need a card to put the money in.
You put something in there, but, you can even make a little folder to put your money inside the card, or a little pocket or something. So, there's no limit to your imagination.
Yeah, that's true. So, Wendy, what are you sharing with us today?
So, I have been very lucky to play with foils that are all available in your store, and I know Michelle's going to put the link up. So, I've created some simple cards to show you how to get started with foils, and I hope you enjoy what I've created. And maybe you can't play along right now, but I hope it will encourage you to give foils a go.
Excellent. Okay, well, we'll let Wendy set up and we'll get stuck into it. Okay, we're doing a bit of rearranging in the studio because we have the technology and we can make it work. So I think Wendy's ready to go, so I'll hand over, and Wendy, take it away.
Hello, everybody. I think you can see me fine, Michelle. All
yes,
good?
we can.
Yeah. So here is what I'm going to be showing you today and playing with. So if you haven't seen them before, these are foils, and Michelle sells them in all sorts of colours, all sorts of different ranges. So there's the plain stock block of colours, and there's a specialty range. Michelle, do you mind if I open one of these?
No, not at all. They're actually really hard to see.
Yeah, they are actually.
In the tube.
So what you get is 3 beautiful sheets of the foils.
5 sheets.
Sorry. Yeah. You get 5 sheets of the foils in here. Sorry, we've used some of these. So shock horror, we use the purple. Ha ha ha. Now don't expect me to try and get these back in the box right now. So I'm just going to move them to the side. And we also have beautiful foils that come in this specialty type paper, and we have different colors in that as well. So the plain block of foils are $8 a tube. The special ones are $10 a tube, and we also have something called foil mates. So you get these beautiful kits, which I will open and show you as we go along. I have created some very simple cards to get you started on the foils. If you can see them here, excuse me, just let me move that. So I've created that beautiful mail card, which you can open up like that with foils. I'll show you that technique in a moment, and this was simple as well. So I'm just going to move these cards a little bit to the side so I can show you how to do this. So it's very, very simple to start with, and I'm sorry I'm on white paper here, but the easiest, simple,
We didn't think of that, did we?
We didn't think about that. Hang on. We fix. There we go. Okay. Is that a bit better?
That is.
Yeah, awesome. So the simplest way is to pop some beautiful tape. And Michelle has this amazing Wonder Tape in the store as well, which is $8.50 a roll. And all I'm going to do is pop that on there and cut that off. Sorry. Just going to do a really quick demo, everybody. So you pop your double-sided tape on. And I like this Wonder Tape because it's really strong and it really takes to the foils very easily. You peel off your Wonder Tape. Oops. Come on, Wonder Tape, please cooperate. All right, I'll try from the other side. Sorry, everybody. Here we go. And then you just grab a piece of foil. I'm just going to use the purple because I can.
Oh, Wendy just happened to
Funny
have some
that,
purple
isn't it?
nearby.
And then you just pop it down there and you just give it a good rub.
Okay,
really
so
good.
you can use foils without a heat source.
And you don't need to use a heat source to start with. I will be demonstrating with the laminator as well, but you can just use that over there and then just pull it off. And there's your beautiful foil on there. The other thing is, when I did that card, let me just show you. I'll do that again. So I've pre-taped it down for you so you can have a look. And I've used two colours there, and shock horror, I'm not going to use purple this time. Just give your tape a really good bit of pressure, and I've decided to use two different sizes of tape here just to give this effect of the foils. And I'm just, sorry everybody, just going to grab, okay, we'll just go with this beautiful colour here. Once again, just pop it down and give it a good run and go over it a couple of times. And I've spaced it out. I've used the two narrower tapes on that side of the card and then the wider tape in the middle. So you're going to get this beautiful effect like so. I'm going to do this side as well.
Now, Wendy, we might just need you to sort of hold it up in the light.
Oh,
it's
yeah.
a little bit hard to see.
Like
That's
that.
the problem with
Yep.
foils. That's it.
Sure.
Now we
I'll
can
just,
see
as
it
soon
when
as I've done it,
shines.
I'll bring it back up closer to the camera. So once again, I said just give it a really good run through with your fingers. And Michelle, is that good?
Yeah.
Can you see
Yep,
that?
that's it.
Yep. And then it's just a matter of deciding what colour you'd like, to be in the middle of it. And let's just go purple, just because we can. I think that will work. And these are really easy mail cards to make. And you're just going to pop that down there. And I'll hold it up to the camera in just a moment. So it's really simple. So you don't need a heat source or anything like that. Michelle, is that good?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So you can do that. And that's how I created this card. So I just did that on both sides of the card, and I won't show you that because you can see it's pretty simple. But what I would like to show you is what I did on the disc over here with these amazing adhesive pens. So this is the Decor foil adhesive pen, and Michelle, you sell these as well, I'm sure. Oops, I'm just gonna give it a bit of a run, and all I'm gonna do to create this beautiful circle bit, I'm just gonna run it. Michelle, is that close enough to the camera?
Yep, we can see that.
Yep, so we're just gonna, so I've given it a bit of pressure, and I only want it on the edge because I just want it around like so. And you want to get it a bit runny just so you can see the white
Yeah, we can
bit.
see that it's white.
So you need to have a fair bit of the adhesive on there just so that your foil actually comes down to it. I'm going to use this, and all I'm going to do is take the round bit. Once again, just press it down.
Okay, so you're not waiting for it to dry? You're
No, I'm going to start from the side that I started with first, and just because it'll take me a few goes, I think, to do it. And then we just wait for it to dry just a little bit. And that's what I did on this card over here, everyone, sorry. So what I did is I just put it down, and I didn't want it all the way around. I just wanted to give it like a, you know, a bit of a shabby chic kind of look. So push it down. And it comes up over there. I'm sorry, the lights might be making it a little bit hot, so we'll just put it down. But there you go, if you get my meaning. Can you see that, Michelle?
Just turn it slightly on a bit of an angle.
That way?
The other way.
The other way?
Yep.
Yep.
Sorry, away from you.
Away from me?
Yeah, there we go. We can see that.
There we go. Yep. So I'm just gonna, and then what I also did, sorry, I just did random dots around, just to create a bit of an effect, and we're just gonna let that dry for just a second. They say 30 seconds on the packaging, so you just need to check and see. You know, it might be a really hot day or it might be a really cold day, so just be aware of the weather and what you're doing, and then we just might let it dry for a second, and I'll come back to that momentarily. Sorry.
And so how did you do the happy birthday on that
So
one?
what I did, Michelle, I'll show you in a minute when I put it through the foil machine. Let me just show these cards over here. So what I'm going to do, I used a die cut machine, and what I did with your beautiful foil mates over here, which we have some open, and I'll just grab it. But these are the different foil mates we have. The elegant florals, the elegant damasks, the polka party.
Polka
I love
party.
polka party. Dots and strings. I love that. Where's the party? There's definitely a party theme going on here. And the swirls and flourishes. And these are $12 each in the store. So I think Michelle's going to pop up a link which has which will take you straight to the store with all the foil mate goodies over there.
So you get two different designs.
So you get two different designs, and they're 5 sheets of each design.
And you get about 2 card fronts from each.
I think you can get 2 card fronts easily from each. And they come with this beautiful piece of parchment. Wendy, get it in English. And what happens is, so this is the other design. And I'm just wondering, I might do the stripes. This is the other design. And there's some beautiful blue foil over there. So that's how it looks before we do anything to it. And so what you do is you get your beautiful piece of parchment, and obviously you can trim it to whatever you would like. So you put your piece of paper in there, you put your piece of foil over it. I'm just going to foil half of this because you can use the other half for whatever colour you want. Hang on, no, that's not going to work. Let's try this. Sorry, I just need a bigger piece of foil.
Oh, look, it's purple.
Funny that, just happens to be here. So now, if you just give me a minute, I'm going to run it through the laminator, but I'd really like to put the laminator on screen so you can see what's happening over there. I'll just put that aside to dry for a second. Whoops, move that over there. Move that up there. 2 seconds, everybody. So I'm just using a $20 laminator from Officeworks, and I think Kmart also has them. So
Aldi does them too when
Aldi,
they do
yes.
supply.
And when Aldi do them, you can buy the laminating pockets as well. Not that we need it for this project, but if you regularly laminate, you can do that. So then all we're going to do is run that through the laminator. Whoops. Michelle, can you see all right?
Yep, we can see the top
And
of
you
the laminator.
insert the closed side first, and just gently guide it so it runs through. And it really doesn't take long, and it's instantly dry. You don't have to wait for it to dry or anything like that, which is really, really good, and I love it.
Yeah, and I love how you can just use like an office laminator. You don't need anything special.
And yes, there are different machines out there that you can use, but I always, this has been so easy to use, and most of us probably already have a laminator in our homes, so you can do that. And
Something so satisfying about
know,
laminating,
right?
isn't there?
and it comes through so fast, and this is this is the
and if you
best
find
bit.
that it's not hot enough, you can always run it through.
Correct.
Again.
So then you just remove the top bit, and then we do the reveal.
Da, 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 da.
Da, 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 da. Now it might be a bit hard to see on screen, but Michelle, I'll ask you to guide me. Just
Yeah, it might
if
need
people can see.
Yeah, we can't
I'm
quite
having
see
trouble
the
seeing-
colour.
sorry.
Actually, that's it. That you can just
There?
see the purple
Yep,
hue on
yep.
it there.
So that's the card I created with that. Sorry, that's the card I created.
Yeah,
Yep.
with
So
a
I
different
used
colour.
with a different colour. Yeah. So you've got a purple tint to it. Can you see the tint at all?
Oh, we can just see
Michelle?
it. Like you
Yeah.
said, we'll put a photo with the, with the video.
That's fine. We'll do that. Yeah. And what I did, the other thing with this is you've got, I should say, the negative piece, and you don't want to waste it because I don't believe in wasting anything. Absolutely nothing.
No, I have a lovely collection of foil offcuts.
Do you? Oh, okay. Awesome. Awesome. So what I did was I created this card with just the foil offcut.
Oh, okay.
So you can just use, a piece of white card and you can just adhere it onto there. Like so.
Yep.
And like you can cut it down. Sorry, I'm going to trim it down. But you've got that, and that can be the base of like this card, the base. And you can turn it, you can turn it into a male card, a female card, any occasion card. But don't waste your offcuts because, you paid good money for all of this. So don't forget that you can do that.
And the other thing you can do is put the glue down.
Correct.
And then top it off with that as well.
And so let's go back to the glue. And hopefully it's going to cooperate for me over here. So look, I'm not using purple this time, Michelle. I'll just press that down. Oops, my fingers are a bit sticky. There you go. So I'm not using any heat except the heat from my hands on this and the glue. And you get a beautiful pattern.
Oh, lovely.
And you can run it over a couple of times. And what I did with that piece that I created, I just ran through my die cut machine for the happy birthdays on most of my cards.
Oh, okay.
So you can match.
Oh, so the actual sentiment was a die.
Correct. So it's actually a die.
Right. It looks like a sticker. Yeah.
Clever, isn't it? Yeah. And if you've got a Xyron machine, you can actually run the die cut through the Xyron. I didn't. I used glue for these ones. But what you can do is you can run that through, and then as I've created, whoops, pop that down. Now it's sticking to my hand. Excuse me, everybody. So what you can do is I just glued it on, but if you've got a little Xyron machine, you can run it through, make it into a sticker and pop it on there. And what I did with these, I just used circle punches, different sizes of circle punches, and just popped a little bit of foam, a little foam dot under it. So you can just raise it up or raise it down or leave it flat or whatever
And then
you want to do.
how did you put the lines on that card?
On this one, same again. I used the red tape, beg your pardon. The red tape, I placed it down and I just used the foil and did the technique like I showed you without using any heat.
So you used the backing in two ways.
Correct. Now I just wondered if I could just have a moment to show you. Sorry. I just want to see if this will leave us a lovely... Suddenly had a thought. Maybe this pattern will leave us a lovely little... Let's try. I'm not sure this will work, but let's just try. I haven't put anything down to stick it with, but no, so that won't. But you can put glue down on there and you can create a bookmark. You can create the front of a card, especially if you're doing a slimline card. You've got this whole sheet that you've had. Whoops, over there. Off my fingers, please. Do you have a piece of paper? So that could start off being the base of a card, just a slimline card, and you can mount that with, different colours of purple or different on a black card. It would look amazing. Now, this one over here, I used the same technique that I showed you just with the double-sided tape. I also used offcuts of a previous, sheet that I ran the circles through, and I had a butterfly punch, so I punched some butterflies and put them on there. And what I did as well to raise those dots is I had a little glue dot. I'm gonna do it on the back or something so I can show you. I should do it on the back of this card. So to make the little dots, I just popped the glue dot. So what I did, put your piece of foil down, pop your glue dot down there, and when you lift it up, you've got... Michelle, can you see that? Sorry.
We can see how you pulled it off. We can't quite
Can I?
see it on the card.
Can you see?
Yes, we can see
is
that
that
now.
better?
Yep.
Yeah. So you can create accents for any colour, style card that you want, and just do that with any of your foam pop-up dots. And it doesn't matter what brand. I've tried them with a whole bunch. So I think that would be really, really good and easy to do. And It gives you so much versatility and so many accent pieces you can use. And don't forget, you've got your negative there as well. So you can put that on any piece of paper and create something amazing to go with it. And don't forget, please, everybody watching, that you can use these techniques on a scrapbook page, on an art journal layout. It's not just for making cards or card making. And I just want to show you, I ran some foils through earlier. Michelle, once again, can you tell me if you can catch the light with that?
Oh, it's a little bit hard,
to see.
Yeah. So you put different colours.
I put different colours. So I had little offcuts of the green up here, the blue there, and the pink there. So they were just tiny little bits of, tiny little bits of offcut like so. And I ran it through the foil mat card.
Oh, okay.
So you don't waste anything. You have everything there at your hand, and you can create the most amazing fun things, and just know that you can. And the other thing I did was...
Oh, Wendy, you had a lovely time this week.
Oh, I've had the best fun. So is that able to be seen on the...
We can see that.
So if you want to put a name card, or you want, to create what should I say? A title for a scrapbook page or a journal layout. Once again, I used offcuts of this card, and I just ran it through a die cutting machine, which I have some die cut alphabet dies. So I just put that through. So I did an M for Michelle and a W for Wendy. How hilarious. So... but it's just so versatile, and you can use foils for so many different things. So don't feel limited to that it's just for card making. You can really take your techniques to the next level. And, I've added buttons, I've added flowers. I've had a grand old time this week creating.
So you've used the tape, then you've used the foil mates and the laminator.
Correct.
And then you've used the die cut as
Correct,
well.
I have. And I used the foil, the glue pen as well, the adhesive pen, to do that. So it's been real fun. And you can just take your time, have some fun, have a look at what you can do. And, once you've, I know this is hard to see. Once you've foiled it, you can cut this into any shapes. You can cut it into alphabets, you can cut it into boats, into trains, whatever you've got, whatever die cuts you've got. I know it's really hard to see, everybody. I'm sorry. So, yeah.
And Debbie says that you love that you don't have to use the laminator.
No, you don't have to use the laminator. And if say you're not even at home and you don't have the laminator, you're away, you can take, a tube of foil with you and some beautiful tape and a glue pen, and you can have the time of your life. So, but Michelle has got plenty of this in stock. She's got amazing colours of foils and all the different ranges. So please, Michelle, I think you're going to put the link up.
Yes, it should be somewhere near this video.
Yeah, no problem. So I hope you really enjoyed my very simple, quick demo with foils. I'm sorry if it was all over the place. Everything went everywhere. So... Michelle, I know people can order online from you. You're still able to post out and all that good stuff.
Yep. So, like I said, the link's near here, but mixmediaart.net, and click on the shop online.
Wonderful,
and then, of course, we are going to be at the Pakenham From Picture to Page show on the 22nd and 23rd of May.
Wonderful. And is anyone doing any demos or anything?
I'm sure they will be.
Yeah. So if you haven't quite grasped what I've tried to show you here today, please ask at Michelle's stand. I'm sure one of the ladies could talk you through it or run you through it, and it will be incredible.
Oh, we might have to get Wendy to come and demonstrate.
Who knows?
And again, the foils are much better in real life as well. It's a little bit hard to capture them with the light we've got here.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I hope you've enjoyed it. I think that's what I wanted to show you today. So don't forget, keep your negatives. Make sure you're using, your pop dots, your glue dots. And I've cut out, a whole bunch of circles just with punches. And I'm going to attach them to other cards that I have that are not here. So you can have a grand old time. So I hope you've enjoyed a few techniques with fabulous foils.
Excellent. Oh, well, we'll get Wendy back and then we will wrap up.
Awesome.
Excellent. Well, Wendy, thank you so much for that
I hope that was sorry if it was all over the place. The foils kept sticking to my hands. I've got foil glitter all over myself.
It's one of those things. It doesn't matter how much you organise yourself when you've got a limited space under that camera. It's always a challenge.
I know. Well, that was my first ever on-camera live demo.
Oh, really? Wendy, now she tells me. I've put under way too much pressure this week.
Nah, you got to sink or swim.
Yeah, and we figured we've done more than enough art journaling. It was time to do some card making.
Absolutely, and I absolutely loved it. And thank you for the opportunity to demo for your amazing store. I really enjoyed it, and I hope everybody else enjoyed it. Please ask any questions. We can go back in and answer, and go and look for Michelle at the Pakenham show, or come online. There's plenty of foil colours. There may not be a lot of purple left this week, everybody. I'm sorry, but yeah.
Too funny. But like Wendy said, what we'll do is we'll take some photos and pop them with the comments as well so that you can see them. And of course, we'll pop them over on the website with the Plan C details.
Yeah, sure,
as well.
sure.
So
wonderful.
then we can see them. Fantastic.
And I might put the pictures of the cards as well into the comment section, or you can just pop them wherever you like. So
so we
no
can
problem.
see them in a little bit more detail.
Thank you, Michelle. I really enjoyed that. Thank you.
I really hope, crafters, that we've encouraged you, particularly for those of you that don't regularly make cards, to perhaps think about how you can take your paper craft techniques from scrapbooking or art journaling and turn them into that card for you.
Absolutely. Well, we've loved bringing this to you, haven't we, Michelle?
Yeah, and I guess the other thing that I just thought about, like I said, the things about cards is that we tend to share them with people. So it's a way of sharing our craft.
I always say it's a little piece of your heart going out into the world. And, you know, in this day and age where there's so much not quite right in our world, it's nice to have real mail arrive, you know, something tangible in your hand to give someone. And I think you're really giving a little bit of your art, your craft, and a little bit of your soul to everybody else. And I love receiving cards and I love giving cards more. So
excellent.
Yeah.
So it sounds like we're going to have another card swap in the posse very
I
soon.
think we should. I really think we should. Yeah, absolutely.
Excellent. Well, Wendy, thank you so much for joining us.
My pleasure,
today.
Michelle. Thank you.
And crafters, thank you for joining us. Like you said, welcome to Plan C. If you've got any questions or comments, leave them here in the comments or close by, and we will certainly keep an eye on them. For all the details, head over to our website from picture to page and beyond.com.au. Scroll down and click on the Plan C button, where you'll see all of the replays for season 1 and season 2. See who's coming up for season 2, and of course, get in touch with all the retailers.
And we've got some great guests coming up for the rest of our this series of show. We've got Snazzy Scrapping next week.
We have.
Wonder what Michelle Thompson's going to have to demo for us.
I'm sure there might be some cards in there.
I think so, and I'm looking forward to it.
Yep, excellent. Okay, Wendy will say goodbye for now, and we'll see you all soon.
Bye, everyone.